Hi all, happy Frugal Friday. I've been promising this for a while, but I was sick with pains one week and the flu the next week, so we're finally gonna do some frugal tips. I stole some of these from Jennifer Cook's YouTube channel, but some of them are my own. I've got 17 of them here. I'm not sure if we'll go through all 17 of them. I might save some for next week. Alrighty, have a no-spend weekend and just don't go anywhere, don't go to the movies, don't go out to dinner, just watch something on TV. There's lots of movies you can watch for free on TV. You've got tons of food in your freezer, refrigerator, and pantry. You don't need to go grocery shopping. You don't need to go out to eat. Just have a no-spend weekend, maybe once a month. And if you can extend that to a no-spend week once a month, even better. But at least start with a weekend. When you go grocery shopping, try not to get things to drink like juice and sodas, stuff like that. Your family can just drink water, milk, tea, coffee. That's pretty much all we need. I mean, we should train ourselves to drink water. I'm a great one to talk. I'm not a water drinker. I have to have flavored water if I'm going to drink it, but I've been trying to drink more water, albeit it's been flavored water, but I've been trying to drink more water. Or I'm mostly a tea drinker. I drink hot tea in the morning and evening and iced tea the rest of the day, or water. I've been kind of trying to do half water, half tea. I did switch from my flavored, I think we did about probably a month ago now. I showed you the difference in, I was buying those like chai, vanilla tea bags or whatever, those kind of tea bags. And it was something like $3.50, $4 for a box of 60. And I bought a box of 100 just plain black tea bags for $2. Huge difference. So I've been drinking hot tea with just plain black tea, and I add flavored creamers to it anyway. Well, I just bought, I'll have to do a taste test Tuesday on it, or a tea time taste test Tuesday. How about that? I bought this creamer that's a butter pecan creamer, and I thought, ooh, that sounds yummy. It's like a liquid creamer, which I don't usually get. I usually just get the dry ones because they're cheaper, but this one called my name. I had to go for it. So anyway, beverages. Instead of eating out, invite your friends over and have like a potluck, or maybe they all come over to your house and you cook a big pot of soup or spaghetti, something like that, that's inexpensive one time, and then the next time you go over to another friend's house and they do the same. When we were in the military, in the Air Force in Japan, I was one of the few wives. It was mostly all single guys. So I would get a ham hock, which at the time were about 50 cents maybe, and a big old bag of navy beans, which were about a quarter for maybe 50 cents for a bag of dry beans, and an onion and some celery, and already had the spices. So I would make this huge pot of bean soup, and then I'd make some from scratch cornbread, and I would feed maybe us plus 10 single guys for like $2, $3. Of course, we're talking 40 years ago, but still, those kinds of things are still pretty cheap, except maybe the ham hocks. Not so cheap nowadays, but the beans are still cheap, onions, celery, still pretty cheap. It's all you need, salt and pepper and maybe some garlic for spices. And the ham hock, you kind of got to spend a little bit on that, but you could still make a big old huge pot of beans for a couple bucks, maybe $5 with a nice ham hock in there. Or if you do a ham for like Thanksgiving or Easter or whatever, save the bone with some meat on it and throw that in the freezer, and then, you know, a few weeks later make some beans with that bone. This one kind of made me laugh because this is so, well, it kind of is me now. I was going to say this is so not me, but I kind of rethink that. Is don't go shopping as a hobby. And I don't go like to malls and shopping as a hobby, but for a long time I was getting boxes to unbox for you all as basically a hobby. So I can't say that I don't go shopping as a hobby. I still do a little bit. Like tomorrow I got 2 shirts coming from Temu, one for me and one for my granddaughter. So I am still doing some shopping as a hobby because I don't need another shirt. In fact, I'm thinking about, I'm getting off topic here, but maybe not off topic. I have all my winter clothes are up in tubs up in the top of my closet, and then it's about time to switch winter for summer, you know, put the summer ones up there and take the winter ones down. And a few years back, I don't know if some of you long timers may remember this, I did 5 either outfits or pieces of clothing a week on, I think it was on Fridays, and had y'all vote whether it still looked good on me, still looked like it was in good enough shape, too big, too small, should I keep it, should I get rid of it? And I culled a lot of stuff out of my closet that I gave away to charities, and got a lot of clothes out of my closet that I hardly ever wore anymore, or I thought looked good, and y'all would say, you all sweet about it, saying, well, that's not your best look, you know? Nobody'd say, oh, that looks bad on you, makes you look fat as a pig. No, nobody was like that, but they were all very polite, but just like, maybe it's time for that one to go. So would that be something you'd interested in seeing me do again while I get out my winter clothes? So let me know. Now it's a little bit late on this one, but maybe next year. It says shop for holidays and birthdays all year round. And just as you get gift ideas all year round, like somebody mentions, you know, I wish I had a XYZ, write it in a little book or on your phone or whatever, and just keep an ongoing gift idea list, because I wish I had done that, because now Christmas is coming up and I'm like, I make everybody do a Amazon wish list is what I do to get some ideas of what to get them, but then they kind of know what they're getting. My one granddaughter that I lived with for 15 years, I can usually peg her what she wants because I lived with her all those years. Plus, she uses my Amazon account. She doesn't use my money, she uses her own money, but she'll like save things to my account so I can see what she saved in a cart, and then if I want to buy something I just move it to the save for later, so I can see the kinds of things she's kind of interested in because they're all in my cart. So she's easy to buy for. The rest of them, not so much. Especially my grandson. He'll get on a kick where he really likes, like, I don't know if he's still on that kick, but for the last year or 2 years, he's been wearing Hawaiian shirts. But I don't know if he still is because I don't see him enough, you know. Just things like that where when I don't live with any of them anymore, it's a little harder to know what they want. But I wish I had done that, but maybe next year start keeping a running list. Pack snacks when you go places. You know, keep some stuff in your glove box, throw some stuff in your purse, because, you know, if you are doing all that out shopping as a hobby thing that you're not supposed to do, instead of stopping at the food court at the mall, if you've got some like peanuts in your purse or whatever, something to tide you over, because you just got a little bit of the munchies, then you don't have to spend money at the food court just because you're a little, remember this word, peckish. Have you heard that word in a while? Do you even know what it means? Peckish means just a little hungry. For those youngins who've probably never heard that word before. Now this one, I've been doing a little more lately. Wait for movies to go into streaming. There's a couple movies I wanted to see and I just didn't get there in time, and I'm like, they come into streaming within a month or two, so it's not that big a wait. There's one of them, I don't know if it's in streaming yet or not. It was that one about the, what was it called? Can't even look and see if it's in streaming if I can't remember what it was called. It's the one about the human trafficking, and the guy goes and rescues some kids and stuff. That one, I don't remember what it was called, but I missed it. It came off before I could get around to going to see it. And then I also wanted to see the one about the Duck Dynasty dad, Phil Robinson, about his life story. Is called Blind, as in I once was blind, but now I see, that kind of blind. But my friend and I were gonna go, and she calls me up and she's like, I just tried to get the tickets and I can get them, but I wasn't not sure you want me to get them. And they were $12.50 for an afternoon show as a senior. And I was just like, no, I'll wait for it to come out into streaming. I'm not paying $12.50 for each of us. That's $25 for the two of us to go to a movie, even if we don't get anything to eat or drink. When, even if it comes into streaming, I have to pay $5 to watch it. It's still a lot cheaper. And if several of us watch it together, then we've saved $60 maybe. Do grocery pickup to help you stay in budget. I just did that because I hadn't felt good, but it does help if you're not walking up and down the aisle saying, ooh, that looks good, I think I'll try that. If you're doing grocery pickup, you just like, okay, I need milk and crackers and bread and butter and, you know, blah, 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 and you just get what's on your list. What I do is I have, where am I? Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know where my phone is. Duh, I'm filming you on my phone. I have it's called the Grocery Gadget, and it's an app, and I keep my grocery list on there, and it remembers, so then I can just click on it. So I keep a running total of the stuff, well, not total, but running list of what I need to get at the grocery store, and then I take my iPad and I get on the Walmart or Kroger or whatever website, and I take my phone and I, you know, go and order it here, and here's my phone, I order it here, and then I check them off in my phone as I order them, and then pick a time and go pick it up. That's what I did on Wednesday. I went after my Bible study, just went over there and picked it up. Don't even have to go inside. I did go inside because I'm a bad person. I wanted to see what leftover Halloween candy they had because it was the day after Halloween. And I got a small bag of Snickers and a small bag of the Reese's Pumpkins. And I ate a few, and then I threw the rest in the freezer, but they're still good frozen. So I've been going in a couple times a day and getting one each. And I'm considering going in back and seeing if they have any more, but I'm like, you don't need to do that. You lost some weight while you were sick. You don't need to put it back on eating Halloween candy. But that is another tip. Don't buy Halloween candy and just turn off your lights and be a Scrooge, which is what I did because I didn't feel good. I didn't want to make anybody sick. But I also didn't matter because I've got a ring doorbell thing, and it never rang once. I mean, the camera never came on, and I had zero kids come to my house. Last year I sat out in my driveway and I saw a few, and I probably might have, if I would have done that, I would have seen a few. But the fact that I had my porch light off, nobody came up to the house. And then, you know, so I saved money buying Halloween candy that nobody would have eaten. Because there's two ways to think about Halloween candy. If you buy the stuff you like and then you don't get that many trick-or-treaters, then you've got the stuff you like and you can eat it. But if you buy the stuff you like, you might eat it before the trick-or-treaters even get there. And then the second way of looking at it is buy stuff you don't like. Like, I don't like hard candy. I mostly only like chocolate type candy. So hard candy I wouldn't eat at ahead of time or even afterwards, but then what do I do with it? if I don't like it, and I have a bunch left. So it's kind of a couple ways to look at it. Let's see. This I don't have to do anymore, thank goodness, but always pay more than minimum on your debt if you can. This is kind of a Dave Ramsey. If you know who Dave Ramsey is, he's definitely a money guy. He's all about, you know, getting out of debt. And he has what's called the debt snowball. And say you have, I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. If you have 2 credit cards, one's for $500, one's for $1,000, you put any extra money you get against the 500 one till you get it paid off, and then you can take that money and roll it into the one that's 1,000, and then when that's paid off, then you can roll it into maybe your car payment or whatever. When I lived in California, I lived in Sacramento area, and my sister and I owned a duplex together, and I had a job, paid $6.50 an hour with 2 kids and no husband, divorced. And so money was tight, so I ended up running up about $10,000 in credit card debt, which is a lot, making $6.50 an hour. So that scared me, so I started just putting every dime I could against that. And I paid it off the month before my son turned 18, which was a good thing, because the minute he turned 18, my ex cut my child support in half. But that scared me. So I went many years without having any credit at all, other than a house, you know. But I bought cars for cash. Did I ever buy a new car? One time in my life I bought a new car. But I've always bought cars for cash other than that. And so basically house payment was the only debt I had after that. And I didn't have a credit card for many, many years. And then, I don't know, maybe 10-ish years ago, I decided to get one credit card and tie it to my checking account and have it be automatically paid off every month. If I don't have the money in there when it comes towards the time for the payment to hit, I move some from savings in there, because I'm not paying interest. I refuse to pay 20% interest or whatever crazy interest it is right now. I don't even know. Haven't had interest in a really long time. Plus, you get, depending on what it is, my credit card, I think I get 2% cash back on everything, and then they have different categories every quarter that I get 5% back. Like last quarter, it was Amazon and a gas and something else. So I don't remember what it is this quarter, but so anyway, I would get enough cash back built up in there. I wouldn't touch it for like a really long time. Like I went on a cruise with the kids with it one time and then let it build up again, and I bought this iPad with it. And then I had it build up again, and I used about half of it after my roommate moved out and I needed the money. So it's only a couple hundred in there now. I was gonna buy a laptop with it. I haven't had a laptop. I've only had an iPad and an iPhone. I would like to have a laptop, because there's certain things you cannot do on YouTube or other places without a desktop or a laptop. Like for instance, it's still got my P.O. box. If you do the about thing about me on YouTube, it still has my P.O. box as my address, and I cannot change that without a laptop or desktop. So if somebody wanted to send me a birthday card, for instance, there's no way to do it, because it would go to that post office box that I closed, and you just get it back. So I need to get that off of there, but I have no way to do it right now unless I went over to a friend's house and logged in as me on their desktop or laptop, which I may have to do. But that's way off topic here. How did I get there? Oh, the no credit card thing, or paying your credit card down as much as you can, you know. Because if you only pay the minimum payment, you're going to pay more in interest than the debt was in the first place. You're never going to get that thing paid off if you only pay the minimum. Try a meatless Monday. I do that a lot. Well, I don't specifically have it be Monday, like Taco Tuesday. I can eat tacos any day of the week, but I eat eggs a lot. Eggs is something you can do for a meatless Monday. Beans. I like breakfast for dinner, even pancakes and stuff. So there's lots of things you can do. Lentils. I've got this thing I get at Costco, and it's like this about yay big bag that you can just stick in your microwave. I lost that word, microwave. And it's a combination of lentils and beans and tomatoes and some spices. And so sometimes I'll have that for lunch or dinner, and that's meatless. So there's lots of things you can do that you don't have to have meat every day. And meat's expensive right now. It's crazy expensive. I watched this video, and it was somebody that had just been living in London and came here. And so they knew they were coming back. They were Americans, and they'd been in London for a while, and then they came back. So they went grocery shopping in London and did a video of what costs were, and then did their American equivalents. And I thought food was ridiculously high all over the world. I was shocked to hear it's in the United States that it's ridiculously high, not all over the world. They're just telling us it's high everywhere else, but it isn't. I mean, most things in London, it wasn't even out in the boonies, it was in London. It was 40 to 80% cheaper. Just regular old stuff like veggies, fresh fruits, meats, cheeses, milk, bread, stuff like that. I think there were 2 out of maybe 20 things. There was a couple of them that were cheaper, but it was only maybe 6% cheaper here. But everything else was quite a bit cheaper in England. So I'm like, we're getting ripped off here. It's crazy. Anyway, well, I think I'm gonna quit now because we're at over 20 minutes, and we'll do some more next week. So, how'd you like this little segment? Do you want me to do more? What did I say I was gonna do? A taste test on Tuesday? Can't remember what I said I was gonna taste test for you. I'll have to go back and watch this video. I am tasting that. This is that tea I bought that was the pumpkin spice chai tea stuff. It's already got the sugar and the milk, and you just scoop the whole thing in here and add hot water, kind of like hot chocolate. That I bought for $2 for a can of it, because it was considered Halloween stuff and it was 50% off, and it's pretty good. It doesn't really taste very tea-y though. It tastes kind of like spicy milk more than anything. But I will shut up now because this video is getting very long, and I'll mark where I left off, and we'll do some more of these next week. Let me know if you like this new series. Let me know what else you'd like to see. I should get those 2 shirts from Temu tomorrow, so I'll do a video on those tomorrow. And then I'll do a taste test for you on Tuesday, and who knows what the rest of the week will bring. What I meant to do, and I totally forgot, we got so busy. They had a chili cook-off at my grandson's school, and I meant to do a video of it, and right out of my head. There's a story about that, but I'll tell you the next video, because this one's already too long. So remind me, I'm going to tell you a story in the next video. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.